Welcome to Titans PIO, preseason and season off-season. Titan coverage all year round. This is another car video. I'm shooting this super late on Saturday evening. I've had a lot go on to keep me away from the studio this week, and so sadly, I'm at the last second putting this together. But you know what? Sometimes you got to work with what you got, and that's what I'm doing right now. So really quick, I do want to acknowledge the game between the Texans. Once again, this is kind of a recap video / getting ready for video. Hopefully one of the last times I have to do this because I'm just so crunched on time. But in the game between the Titans and the Texans, what can be said? What really can honestly be said? Once again, it felt like just a standard game for the season. Some flashes, a little bit of hope. But the reality is, it's just another loss that was just expected. The interesting thing is, Cam Ward actually did pretty good in that game. He had that great drive at the very end, which honestly, if we had done a little bit better beforehand, that would have been the winning drive. We would have won that game, especially if we, went and got a touchdown earlier instead of a field goal. But, he did good. I think Marcus Harris actually did good. Kevin Winston Jr., more rookies doing good. Simmons had a good game. I'm glad to have Simmons back. Now let's talk about some of the things that didn't go well. First off is the injuries. First one, of course, Calvin Ridley. When I said last week that him coming back wouldn't affect the game any, I did not mean I thought he was going to get hurt in one play. That's not at all even possibly in my mind of him getting hurt again. Instead, he gets hurt and he's out. So for the season and probably the last time as a Titan, I'm just being honest with you. But I do hate he got hurt. We should be praying for him. And at the end of the day, no matter what, no matter how we feel about certain things, no matter how well someone's playing or not playing, we should show decency, respect, and love. But moving on from Calvin Ridley getting hurt, we turn around and Chimere DK gets hurt. Now, good news, it wasn't a concussion, and he'll be playing this week against the Seahawks. But still, in that game, it was like, you gotta be kidding me. Then Alec Iomanner gets hurt, and at that point, just honestly, when do you stop and go, what is going on? 3 wide receivers get hurt in one game. Now, granted, it wasn't, I know DK's getting hurt as a punt returner, but still, you get what I'm saying. And then, we had Mason Kinsey have a very hard time having a good connection with Cam Ward. And, yes, our defense at the end there kind of slacked up a little bit. But the reality is, when you're playing defense the majority of the game, it gets exhausting, it gets hard, and gets tiring. And so I'm not shocked that the defense eventually got wore out, because the offense couldn't stay on the field more than a few snaps here or there. So not shocking that the defense got wore out by the fourth quarter. Also, we had some odd play calling once again. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the coaching much, because at this point, it doesn't seem like we'll probably be sticking with most of this coaching staff by the end of the year. So I'm not going to really cry much about it. It is frustrating because it's what we're stuck with. And I would like them to turn around. I'm still hoping the coaching staff turns around. I want the season to turn around. My mentality has not changed. I want improvements, true improvement, not just, we had some improvement here. One player did a little better there. I want leap and bounds improvement. That's still on the table for me. With all that being said about improvements, that leads us straight into the Seahawks game, because I'm telling you, I waited all weekend. That's one reason this video was so late. I wanted to see if we'd do it, and we did it. We finally put Xavier Restrepo in. I don't know what it's been, if someone just hates him, if it's, bias against his faith or whatever it is, but for some reason, Xavier has been blacklisted. But literally, we're down to the bottom of the barrel, and guess who's down there smiling big, ready for a shot? Xavier Restrepo. So he is now going to get a chance to play. What will it look like? Will it be a few snaps here or there on special teams? Will we get much time with Cam Ward? I hope so. Cam Ward was even asked about this earlier in the week, and when he was asked about Xavier possibly playing, he had this big smile, and he said something kind of like, oh, well, we'll make something happen, or if he gets in there, he'll get a chance, or something like that. I have a feeling we're finally hitting the let's just focus on the future, the season's done mentality, and this might actually make this season so much more interesting, because let me be honest with you, I've had zero fun the entirety of the past 2 to 3 weeks. This has been a slugfest. This has been depressing just to watch. And now I have excitement because I truly think Xavier and Cam Ward will have chemistry. This is the most logical thing the Titans have done this entire season. But the excitement doesn't stop there. Not only is the wide receiver who should be in there since day one playing, I'm not saying DK and Alex shouldn't, I think all three should have been out there, but our running back Mullings is now activated off IR. So not only do we get the wide receiver I've been begging for, our running back's back. This is it. This is the team I've been waiting for. The majority of the rookies are playing. Kevin Winston Jr., Marcus Harris, Cam Ward, Xavier Restrepo, Chimere DK. I know Alex out. I wish he could be in it too. But you get the point. Now with Mullings, this is the future of the team. The majority of the rookies are playing at the same time. I know it's small in numbers. It's 5 people or something. But you get the point. They are going to be having an impact. And this is what I've been wanting. This is what I've been begging for. And I know Mullings was hurt, and there's reasons for that. But the fact that this game is the return of Mullings since week 1, and we get Xavier Restrepo, I am beyond excited for this game. This is excitement, and that right there alone makes it worth it. Just to have the excitement. We might lose. You know what? We're going to lose probably. It's the Seahawks. It's at home for us, but whoopity-doo, that means nothing this year. All the negativity you want to put out there, but there's a chance. There's a chance of excitement. There's a chance of something good happening. And that's all we need at this point as Titan fans, is some excitement, true excitement. And that's what we're getting. And so right now, yeah, I feel like we won. Maybe not the game, but we won as fans. We get to see the future players out there. And my hope is Elliott gets better. If Fami's hurt, he gets better. They come back and we keep Xavier out there. And if we have Mullings come out there and actually start the run game, guys, I'm not saying we're going to win against the Seahawks. But let me put it this way. I'm not saying we're going to beat the Seahawks. But going into this game, say a day ago, my expectations were way down here. Today, they went up. I'm not saying they went up a lot, but they went up enough to where I'm like, you know what? There's a chance we can win. That's how I feel. I feel like Cam Ward is going to be excited. He has something to prove. His guy out there, he is going to want to show that. Mullings coming back from being hurt. Just everything kind of feels like it's falling in place. I know we still have some issues with coaching. I know we still have issues with other players and the O-line. And I know all that's not going to change overnight in the penalties. But there's hope. That's all we need right now as Titans fans. It's just excitement and hope. So tell me what you think. Do you think activating Xavier Restrepo and having Mullings coming back to give this team a push of excitement? Do you think Xavier's going to ball out tomorrow, or do you think it's going to be a dud? Or whatever it is that you think, put it in the comments. Tell me how excited you are or how unexcited you are. Whatever it is, let me know. And as always, tighten up.